Sepsis in kids. No one understands what it's like better than the families who've lived through it. So when researchers, healthcare workers, and families all come together, we can make a real difference. Because when you take our survey, you're helping us ask the research questions that matter the most. And it starts with your stories.
We'd heard of the word sepsis. We knew it was something serious. We knew it could happen quickly. But I don't think we ever really thought it would happen to us.
The way I describe sepsis to parents and families is as a life-threatening infection. Children are particularly vulnerable to sepsis because they have immature immune systems, and they also are exposed to many viruses during the course of their early childhood.
We would have never imagined that you could go from a basic infection to sepsis so quickly.
Your experiences can help us ask the right questions.
And we noticed she had developed a fever, so high temperature, but no other obvious symptoms. She didn't have a runny nose or anything like that.
For a parent, picking out if your child has a severe infection that leads to sepsis is really hard. Those signs can be subtle.
We suspected maybe she had a urinary tract infection, so we took her to our local hospital. It was after hours, so no GPs open. When we got there, they agreed it was probably a urinary tract infection. So they kept her in overnight. And during that night, she really went downhill. So she just wasn't herself.
So families know their children best. They often find the subtle signs that we miss in the emergency department or on the front line. And it's really, really vital that we listen to families closely.
And as the night went on, we just noticed her getting sicker. So she was breathing faster. Her heart rate was really high. She looked pale and clammy, and she just wasn't herself. She really went downhill and went downhill quickly. She had a seizure, and that's when everyone in the hospital started to get concerned, and that's when they started to realise that the urinary tract infection had actually progressed to sepsis.
It's really about recognising these signs as early as we can and starting treatment as early as we can to prevent the disease manifesting and becoming more severe.
Together, we can make a difference.
We always say in pediatrics that parents know their children best, and we should take the same approach when we're trying to decide which research questions to answer. And that means that when we do go about conducting research, we're answering questions that are the most important and impactful for families.
Quite frequently, people who have that lived experience don't actually have a voice at all in what would matter for research. So what tends to happen is sometimes this research can be actually wasted because it's not important to the people to whom it matters the most.
Us researchers have so many blind spots, and getting the voices of our partners in the community who have lived experience with the condition really opens things up.
You were there for the whole journey, and everything you went through matters to us.
My daughter Isla was diagnosed with sepsis, and she went into septic shock when she was 3 weeks old. To be told that our daughter was going to pass away in 3 hours, that is something that will stay with me forever.
Understanding the psychological impact and social impact for people, all of those things make a huge difference on top of what the medical interventions are.
We really don't know what these families go through following discharge from hospital, and we need more research and more information on the recovery and long journey that these families and children face.
The future was very unknown. We were told that she could possibly have developmental delays, cognitive disabilities. Sometimes I think maybe if Isla was treated sooner with antibiotics, or they knew it was septic shock, or there was tests to, identify that maybe we wouldn't have had to go through what we went through. We are so unbelievably lucky and blessed that she doesn't have that many long-term effects. By doing the survey, I think you're supporting the research to bring out better outcomes.
We hope that the research priorities identified from this project will help influence future paediatric sepsis clinical trials, improve the earlier recognition and recovery phases of sepsis, and ultimately improve the whole journey that these families go through.
Help us make sure research answers the questions that matter the most. If your family's lived through sepsis, or you work with families who have, take our survey. share this video, and help kids like me everywhere. Because if your family's been through sepsis, you're an expert too.